Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If you're new to our channel and you like the content that we put out, we definitely welcome you to subscribe to our channel. We put out a bunch of videos on a variety of different credit and financial related topics. So if that's something that you like to listen to, then we definitely welcome you to subscribe. If not, you could always like, share, or just comment right down below. And for all the new subscribers who recently joined and all the subscribers who have been with us since the beginning, definitely appreciate all the recent support. And I've also recognized that we've been getting flooded with a lot of emails, especially in terms of referrals and other types of inquiries. If we haven't gotten back to you, just be patient. We'll get back. Just trying to catch up with emails. So definitely appreciate your patience. So for today's video, I have a special review. This is more of an overall review. Now, lately I've been focusing mostly on credit unions, but I'm going to take a break for this video and going to actually be covering one of the larger banks that I feel like doesn't get that much attention, kind of get overshadowed by some of the other big banks like, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, American Express, etc. Those banks, somewhat dominate a lot of the coverage in terms of the big banks. And the bank that I'm going to be reviewing today is actually one of the best, and this is PNC Bank. PNC Bank, for the most part, is nationwide. I want to say you're more likely to find them in major cities or urban, business areas, but they are in most states, I want to say. But you could definitely check to see if you have one locally. PNC is, I would say, underrated when it comes to just even coverage of their personal and business credit products. I'm going to go over first starting with the personal and then piggyback over to the business side. So before I get into the business products, I just want to let you guys know that PNC is offering a checking account deposit bonus right now. So there's three different options. So there's a $50 checking account deposit bonus, a $200 checking account, and a $300 bonus. So there's different requirements depending on which bonus you want to go after. So the easiest one, the lowest hanging fruit, is $50. You have to have a minimum direct deposit of $500 to get the 50. Then there's the $200 checking account deposit, a minimum of $2,000 in direct deposits. And in my opinion, that's probably going to be the most bang for your buck if you are getting direct deposits in that amount. And then the highest one they have for the 300, the deposit requirement is $5,000. So it's a little bit higher, and I guess not as much, return on value, for the extra $100. You'd have to deposit an additional $3,000. So for most people, probably that $200 checking account deposit bonus makes more sense. And you have until May 4th to do that. So that's going to be, 2 Mondays from now. But PNC seems to have this available, pretty much throughout the year. I've seen it around for quite a while. And one very, very cool thing about PNC, I mentioned this in a video the other day. When you're opening a checking account, they allow you to use your credit card to make the initial deposit. And one of the great things about that is you can pull money off of a credit card. So if any of you have like a 0% APR credit card right now, and you're wondering, how do I pull cash off that without getting hit with a cash advance rate, then that's one of the ways that you can utilize that. So definitely check that out. I'm gonna post a link in the description so you guys can check that out after the video. And it's very easy if you have a job that has, like a direct deposit. A lot of jobs use like ADP or checks, paychecks. So a lot of those apps allow you to go in and add an additional account to your paycheck disbursement. So all you would have to do is add another account after you sign up and get your account number and everything. Just go into your payroll app, add another account to that, the new PNC account, and then sometimes it might take like an additional paycheck cycle to kick in. But all you have to do is, add that account, specify the amount. So if you're going for the 500, then you just put 500 or whatever it is. You don't have to hit it it's cumulative direct deposit, so it doesn't have to be one. So you could break it up into several different direct deposits. And I believe they give you up to 3 months or 90 days after opening your account to hit that direct deposit amount. So, you could chunk it out. You don't have to do all of it at once, unless you can, you'll get to that bonus a lot quicker. But anyways, in terms of their personal credit products, they actually have some pretty good products. So they have the Cash Rewards Visa, which is 4x on gas. I know that doesn't sound too great now, and gas prices are already low, but 4x on gas, 3% on dining, 2% on groceries, and 1% on all others. So that's pretty competitive with some of the rewards credit cards that are out here right now. Then they also have the Core Visa, which is their, I guess, low interest. So they actually have a 0% APR for 15 months right now. Then they also have the PNC Points, which gives you 4x points on every dollar spent. And then you also get a $50K bonus after you spend $750. And they're also $750 within the first 3 months. And then I guess the next card that they have is the Premier Travel Visa Signature. And so, as you know, the Visa Signatures are going to be the higher limit. So in terms of their personal credit cards, the Premier Travel Visa Signatures are going to be their higher end. So you're likely to get a higher limit. Visa Signatures generally start at a minimum of $5,000. So that's kind of like their, premium personal credit card. And that one is actually pretty interesting because they have a 30K bonus after you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. And then they also give you 2x miles for every dollar spent. There is an $85 annual fee that kicks in the second year, but for the first year, there's no annual fee, and also there's no foreign transaction fee. So if you're traveling abroad, you don't get hit with those extra foreign transaction fees, which is, a great perk. But yeah, so PNC kind of has like 3 different reward systems. They have their PNC Points, which is their like internal kind of reward system. You redeem points within there. Usually they're going to give you the highest redemption rates. Then they have their travel program, and then they just have their regular like cash back if you just want like statement credit or something like that. So so they have a card that's kind of geared. Each of their cards is kind of geared specifically for that particular rewards system. So that pretty much covers the personal credit products. Where I think PNC has a lot of value is actually on their business side. So a couple months, probably sometime back in November, I actually went into one of their corporate offices. Well, actually not their corporate office, but one of their offices in like downtown, like Arlington, Virginia, which is in the DC area. That's a pretty heavily like business district. And spoke with one of the relationship managers. They basically broke down some of the products that they offer, and in terms of like their merchant services as well as their business credit products as well. So PNC, as a lot of the big banks, when you want to open up business accounts, they're more geared towards, I would say, established businesses. So if you've been in business at least like a year to 2 years, if you're a startup, it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult to really start a relationship with PNC Bank, because to open some of these accounts, for one, you're going to have to be an existing member, and 2, they do ask for a lot of information. So I remember even when I just went to inquire, the banker actually pulled up my company's website, looked me up on the Secretary of State's website. So a lot of their credit applications are going to be a manual review. So, there's going to actually be someone looking at your, you know, business profile, which has some benefits because you just have more of a personal relationship with the particular banker. So they get much more of a feel of your business and what your business needs are. So with that being said, I think their merchant services is one of the best services out of some of the banks that I've looked at. They actually have a bonus right now if you sign up for their merchant service, and it's a limit of one per business. This particular bonus, so you have multiple business, you can qualify for multiple of these bonuses. But basically, if you sign up for their merchant services and you process, I believe it's $10,000 in transactions within 4 months. Yeah, within 4 months, then you get a $400 bonus, and then $2,500 within 4 months, and you get a $250 bonus. So you can lease like some of these Clover devices if you do like point of sale transactions. They do have like a Clover Go. That's probably like their lowest tier in terms of like the devices that they have for like point of sale. So if you have, if you accept credit card payments or anything like that, then that's definitely a good way to go. They also have the software, it's the Cash Flow Insight. And this is probably one of the reasons why I always emphasize building up your business's data. So with this Cash Flow Insight, you could do things like, they track things like invoicing, accounting, like payments. So you could do like different like spending analysis on all your business purchases and expenditures, and you could actually like visualize it, so you could have it broken down by dates or even by different categories and stuff like that. They're integrated with QuickBooks or whatever your approved like third party services. So they have a lot of integrations so that they can have an overall picture of your business activities. And this actually they use to help them with regard to their other business credit products, and that's what I'm going to get into right now. So kind of just how they have like their personal credit cards somewhat like geared towards a specific reward system. It's the same way with their business. So they have their cash rewards, Visa Signature, which is a 1.5% cash back on all purchases. There's a $300 bonus or $200 bonus when you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. 0% APR for 9 months. So that's actually a pretty appealing business credit card. They also have their Points Visa business card, which gives you 5 points for every dollar spent. But remember, you could only redeem it through their PNC points reward system. Then they also have, again, like a travel rewards. It's not as good on the business side, so it's $1 per 1 mile per $1 spent, and you actually get double miles when you spend on your first $2,500 in spend. And then they also have a Visa Signature for their basically their low interest. They have a 0% APR for 13 months on balance transfers and purchases. And then the best business card that they have, and in my opinion, I would put this above like an Amex Platinum, a Business Platinum, or any other business cards out there. And the reason why is because the flexibility. So I did a video on this way back when I first started this channel. That video didn't get that much traction. I didn't have as many followers as I do now, or subscribers as I do now. So definitely, invite some of you to go back and look at that. But they have what's called the PNC Options Visa. So the reason why they call it the option is because it's somewhat of a hybrid credit card and charge card. Now, this particular product is geared towards businesses who spend at least $50,000 a year on their business credit card. So when you're applying for it, obviously you're going to have to demonstrate that you're spending that much. And here's how it works. So you could either, they give you two options. You could either get a business credit card with a revolving limit up to $50,000, or you can get what's called, it's kind of like a charge card. It's a pay in full credit line up to 250,000. So think about that for a second. Excuse me. If you're in a business where you can turn over that type of money in a short period of time, let's say, within like a 2 to 3 week period, then having up to $250,000 at your disposal is probably unheard of in terms of credit products. So that this is another reason why I emphasize building up the data on your business. So instead of using cash or debit cards or whatever, that actually doesn't matter as long as you have well documented financial statements. Then something like this is something that would be available to you if your business is spending at least 50,000, which isn't that difficult. If you're a business and you have employees and you have, let's say, you're spending things, investing in equipment and things like that, $50,000 in a year is not that hard to hit. And yeah, so like this card is probably so here's the thing about it. There's a $500 annual fee, but the annual fee is if you spend less than 50,000. So if you spend less than 50,000, then you're going to have to pay that $500 annual fee. If you pay between 50,000 and 74,999, then I believe it drops down to $250 annual fee. If you spend over 100,000, then it's zero annual fee. And I think between 75,000 and 99,999, then I think it's like $100 annual fee. So basically, to waive that annual fee, you'd have to spend over $100. So that's one of the, I guess, downsides. But having access to a $50,000 revolving limit or a $250,000 pay in full limit, in a sense, is actually worth, in my opinion, the $500 annual fee. And not to mention, right now they're having a promotion where they'll give you a $750 statement credit when you spend 25,000 within the first 3 months of opening the card. So if you have any major equipment or capital expenditures, if you get a card like this, then you can get that out the way as soon as you get it, and then that $750 statement credit will kick in. Obviously, you have to pay it back, but it is definitely an attractive card depending on your business. Now, obviously, if your business isn't doing as much spend, then this wouldn't make sense to you. But if you're able to get approved for something like this, I think it offers a ton of flexibility for your business in terms of the types of moves you can make. So yeah, that's pretty much my overview of PNC Bank. It's definitely a bank that I'm looking to build a long-term relationship with, and I think, like I said, they somewhat get overshadowed by some of these other big banks. But just from some of my conversations with the relationship managers and some of the small business specialists, they're a very good bank to build a relationship with, and I'm definitely going to be building a relationship with them. Again, they're a major bank, so you're probably going to want to have decent to good credit score to really start a relationship with them. But yeah, definitely check them out. I'm gonna post a link in the description. And yeah, don't forget about these checking account deposit bonuses. Very, very easy way for some of you guys to make some money. And then also, if you're a small business and you're looking for merchant processing, definitely consider them as well, because they have a $400 bonus and a $250 bonus. So there's a couple of different ways you can make money by utilizing the relationship with PNC Bank. So that's all I wanted to cover for this video. If you're interested in how to build primary accounts, you can email me, info@creditplug. And then also too, I just put out a video the other day, and we're actually going to be offering a live Zoom conference 2 Sundays from now, and we're going to be covering how to trigger automatic approvals. And basically, I'm just going to be walking through specific underwriting guidelines for particular financial institutions, and how you want to position your credit information in order to trigger automatic approval. So, it's using data points and other information to, in a sense, re-engineer what their algorithms are actually using, the information, the inputs their algorithms are using to either approve or deny credit applications. So I'm going to dive a little bit more deeply into that. So if you're interested, I'll post a link in the description of this video as well. And all the program participants for that particular live Zoom will also get a free Credit Plug t-shirt. So I'm throwing that in as well. And so if that's something you're interested, you're more than welcome to join. But that's going to be a little bit more in depth than some of the videos that we put out here on YouTube. So anyone who's interested can definitely check it out. Until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.